So, I'd like to introduce this month's guest. I'm here with Geoff Hutchinson. Would you like to just introduce yourself, actually?
Penny, I'm a broadcaster at the ABC. I have been hosting the Drive program in Perth for the last few years, and before that, about 11 years on the morning program. All up about 40 years of journalism, so start booing and hissing now.
Oh, dear Lord, we have a professional in our midst, people. So, Geoff's about to be in for a shock. He's in my mobile studio. The microphone is balanced today on...
Did you get that for Christmas?
Yes, some piano music and a Bailey's
lovely.
sort of gift box.
Yeah, bottle of Bailey's, 2 glasses, $50. What am I here for?
You are here because I have just finished recording August, which I did with Amber and Ethan, who was Cinderella and Prince Charming in pantomime. I mean, it's a bit weird because I only recorded last week, so usually I've edited it up and then I would have forced you to listen to it, but you're off the hook because I haven't published it yet.
No.
So you don't know what's happened.
No, I don't know what's happened.
So just ask away, and then if I think it's irrelevant, I'll just chop it out. It's 1985. I am 14 years old.
Right.
I've just been on holiday in Corsica where I've met many loves of my life.
Really?
Yeah.
At 14?
At 14, oh yeah. So there was...
My glasses are fogging up. It could be the heat.
You're steaming up, Geoff. You're steaming up. And now I am mid a production of Pirates of Penzance.
Aha. I was in the Pirates of Penzance.
Oh my God, so that's really funny. So
Yes.
so were Amber and so was Ethan. Who were you? Were you the Pirate King? Come on, Geoff.
Trying to remember. I should remember it was primary school. I just remember being a
Were you dressed
model
as
of
a
a modern
pirate?
major. Yeah, model of a modern major general. And
Oh, well, you were the Major General then.
was I the major general? It was a fun song
You would
to
have been
sing.
tall.
Not that tall. Anyway, this is about you, but I'll start singing in the background.
I was so interested because...
Of information, vegetable, the kings of England, and I quit the fight historical. From Marathon to Waterloo in order categorical. I'm very well acquainted too with matters mathematical. Why do you start singing like that instead of just singing normally?
Oh, that's so interesting.
Could I have been one of the policemen or something?
Well, this policeman's lot is not a happy one.
I think I was a policeman. I don't think I was the main guy.
Well, there's lots of main ones. There's the Pirate King, there's Frederick, who's the romantic lead. There's pretty too much information for people who've never seen the Pirates of Penzance.
Yeah.
I was Edith. Edith is a sort of bit part. But anyway, so we have just been doing Pirates, and this is in a sort of youth theatre summer programme thing in the UK. And Neil, who was the policeman, is now next on my radar, I think. He plays the electric guitar brilliantly. Tonight went very well indeed. All the relatives were very impressed. The only thing that went wrong was that Karen's underskirt fell down. And that was the end of August. So now I'm going to carry on. It is Sunday, September the 1st, 1985. Hello, darling. I'm in a really silly mood because I haven't been on stage for 24 hours. How can I live?
Oh my God. Insufferable.
And this is why I've called it this. I mean, I didn't know when I called it that exactly how diva-ish I would be, but it turns out
Quite.
fairly, yeah, as a 14-year-old.
No, but it's a beautiful place you are occupying.
And still
occupy.
I know. Did lots of cooking this morning, and then I played on my organ.
I'm not going to make a joke about that.
Sang songs. When I say organ, I mean Casio keyboard.
Yeah, I had a Casio keyboard too.
Oh my God, we've got so much in common.
So much in common. Although I genuinely think the pressing of the demonstration button was probably as good as I got. I could never quite replicate the great swirling.
No.
Yeah.
Played on my organ. I went jogging, but had to turn back because there was a bull in the way.
Where are you, in Spain?
No. Here in Pamplona. No. So I lived in the countryside.
Yeah.
Sometimes they would put...
3 paragraphs
in,
there's 5 or 6 different activities that you're already engaged in.
I'm a very busy girl.
Finish writing the novel. Don't think I'll start another one till after supper.
Chris returned this evening. Chris is my brother.
Yes.
Whoopee! Oh, now, is that genuine or sarcastic? Oh, he has already almost throttled me once. I think it's sarcastic. I must do my divinity homework tomorrow.
What would that have been?
Divinity RE.
I know, but no, I mean your homework.
I don't know, because this
Understand
is
the
the school
concept.
summer holidays. We must have been set something for the long holidays. But interestingly, God did make an appearance in August.
God makes an appearance?
I mentioned God
Okay.
for the first time, and actually God brought the hot Danish boy back to the campsite.
Please, God, bring the hot Danish boy back to the campsite.
Pretty much, yeah. I showed off my gorgeous legs tonight. So I've just worked out that legs are a thing.
Well, at the age of 14, you mean?
Yeah.
They would have been.
Yes, but
Because gorgeous legs were very noticeable, and everyone else just had, cankles and...
I suppose so. But I do remember
Skinny
standing in front of
legs
the
or-
bathroom mirror and thinking, no, they're just my legs. I play netball, I go running. It's a weird concept as a teenager. Without social media, without cameras, without...
Yeah. How would you have gone as an Instagramming 14-year-old, he asks, already knowing the answer?
I would have been a disaster if there was social media, I think.
It's a crushing environment these days, I think.
Crushing, yeah. I can hear the frogs. I'm in my back garden, by the way, in case you're wondering.
I think they're mole crickets, though, not frogs. I hate to
Those
say
are,
it,
but no, you can't. You hear that? That's the frogs.
That's a cow.
It's a bull. Let the bull out.
Yeah, no, it is. There is a bit of... You're
Those are
right, there's a bit of a roar.
frogs.
Okay.
Monday, September the 2nd. Only one day to go and then back to the Corn Exchange. So the Corn Exchange is their theatre. Did not a lot today. It was fairly boring. Went to Wallingford, local town, this morning, which was very thrilling. Don't mean it. Chris and I hired out a video of Christine. It was good. Now, Christine's that
Is that
Stephen
German film?
King.
Oh, okay.
Isn't it the one about the car that goes
Oh,
nuts?
okay, yes.
Is
Yeah.
that Christine? Or
I
am
think...
making that
No,
up?
I think that sounds right.
I'm convinced that my family don't appreciate me. I did some fantastic improvisation during tea, but they all told me to shut up, which I didn't. They'll regret it once I'm famous.
How often does that theme appear in your diaries? Every 2 or 3 days over the course of 5 years?
That's quite new.
Is it?
Yeah.
So you lack nothing in confidence and love of life and a sense of wonderful opportunity, and that you are an enormously creative person, just bubbling
Yeah.
with brilliant things to say, and you're getting the pretty familiar family.
Stop showing off.
Stop showing off.
I got that a lot. And now look, I've spent my entire career. I've
Showing
made a
off.
living out of showing off.
Do you know when Elvis Presley died? In, I think, 1977.
Yes,
so I was 14.
I remember it.
I was in the bathroom doing an Elvis impression, and my sister came in and said, "When are you going to just stop doing this?" And the answer was
Oh.
never.
So you were doing the Elvis impression as he died?
Well, not the,
Well, as
the
you found
moment.
out that he died.
Yeah. Wasn't
Didn't
it an
know
impression of him on the toilet having eaten 5 hamburgers or something? No, it was just what you did. It's like, Elvis, yeah. Oh, I can sing a bit like him. Here goes. And my sister, who'd clearly heard me do this a lot, just thought, how tiresome.
It's so sad, isn't it? Your family doesn't appreciate you. I remember Elvis dying. I was 6. I had no idea who Elvis was, but I really remember my friend Zoe at school crying all day
Poor Zoe.
because Elvis had died.
Because
I
he
was
liked younger women, Elvis. So he probably thought to herself, I'm only 6, but
in
Lisa
with a
Marie's
chance.
only 19 or 16 or something. Did you ever have a sense that sometimes you should pull back, or was it all just so blisteringly brilliant that I just have to keep going? You can say what you want, but I have to keep going.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I mean, that's what I've written, is
Yeah.
that they've pissed me off because I've...
They'll be sorry.
They'll be sorry when
In what way do you think they would have been sorry years later?
I just think that's just me being silly.
Remember,
regret it when I'm famous.
slights hurt us at that age, though. So if someone ignores us or tells us to be quiet, it is a bit of a slap in the face.
I did get it quite a lot. I'm sure I was enormously annoying. It's hard
But
to
you
imagine.
don't remember it.
It's hard to imagine. My poor brother, there's only two of us.
Yeah.
And also I'm in the middle of the run of Pirates, so that's what's happening. So we've had a couple of days off and then we're going to be back for our second week. Yeah. So I'm in that show folk.
Yeah.
Tuesday, September the 3rd. Went to Oxford this morning and met Ellie and Peavy, and we pissed around for a while, and then we went into Music Market, which, I don't know, record shop.
Yeah.
Then we came out, we were followed by two weirdos. Ellie fancied one of these and managed to trap him in the end. His name was James.
They've been married for 35 years.
Don't remember that. The other one was called Darren, and he was pukey.
It's not a good name, Darren.
It's not, is it? It's not many baby Darrens being born.
No.
And that was the statistic about that. In fact, I think none.
It does not stand up.
It does not.
Hello to all the Darrens listening.
Well,
Considering a name change.
I don't think Darren would be listening to this. It's not a Darren kind of podcast. Talked to Chris on the way back. You see, I've written down that I talked to my brother, so that must have been an unusual thing. This evening was a bit of a disaster, I'm afraid. Oh, this is Pirates. I won't go into all the gory details, but I'm afraid everyone got the giggles. Oh, the shame.
The shame.
Corpsing.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. Oh, number one, UB40, I Got You, Babe. Great song.
Yeah.
So that's going on the playlist. So I have a Spotify playlist.
Okay, that's nice.
So every time I mention something,
Yeah.
that dog is still barking. Doesn't he know we're recording a very important podcast? Seriously.
Are you distracted easily?
Can be, but
But you also, there's also a quality control.
there is quality control because everything else is just studio quality. And if I can hear that dog yelping, no, it's fine. Otto has made an appearance in many a podcast.
Okay.
So, oh, but he sounds upset. Wednesday, September the 4th, 10 out of 10. So I do give all the days a mark. I don't always read them out, but when I get a 10 or a 0, I remark on it.
Just on that, sorry to interrupt,
Yeah.
but just on that, there's something about that I really like, as long as you don't take it too seriously, that you evaluate a day and you care enough about the experience to give it a little score. I think I like that.
And mostly, I have to let him out. Come in and sit down quietly next to Geoff.
G'day, Otto.
Come on. Hop. God. Quite laborious getting the lab on the sofa. Right. Are you happy now?
He is happy now.
Yeah. Don't make any slobbery noises. Wednesday, September the 4th, 10 out of 10. Pirates. Cycled into Wallingford today with Amanda, who was wearing tights and a skirt. Met Sam and we talked all through her lunch break. So Sam's one of the girls in Pirates. Amanda's a friend of mine from school, home, Girl Guides.
Yes.
Then I talked to Sue in Boots. Boots is a...
I know Boots.
You know Boots. You've lived in the UK. So Sue was also in Pirates. Everyone seems to have a job except me.
Yeah.
I cycled into Benson, but it rained, so I stopped off at Katie's for a while. I dropped in at Manda's, but I didn't stay long as Toad was there. Toad is Manda's boyfriend.
Oh dear. Why didn't you like Toad?
I didn't dislike him actually, but probably I felt like a gooseberry.
You felt like a gooseberry.
Is that an Australian expression?
I'm trying to work out what it is.
A gooseberry is a third wheel.
The third wheel,
Yeah.
of course.
Tonight's performance was amazing, super, smashing, in capitals, with multiple exclamation marks. The audience were darlings and cheered and stamped for more. Sean told me he could talk to me all day because I was so funny.
Wow.
I no wonder that was at 10.
Yeah. What a day.
What a day.
Doesn't get much better. In hindsight, has it got much better?
Yeah.
It has.
Yeah.
I don't mean artistically and professionally. I just mean broadly as a day. Have there been many happier days than that one?
Well, I don't even remember that day, Geoff.
Yeah.
I'm reading about it, but
Yeah.
it didn't stick in my memory. It was just one of many. Thursday, September the 5th. I love being on stage. I'm addicted to it.
See, that's just sweet.
It's sweet.
You've probably written it a few times and certainly said it many times.
Yeah, but it's that real new feeling of this
Yeah.
is what I want to do with my life. I love it so much. I'm
Yes.
having the best time and so much fun. And I don't know, maybe everyone felt like that, or maybe not everyone felt like that. I was speculating on it when I was doing panto, because in pantomime there's a bit where they have children up on the stage, and as a child that was just the dream of my life, to be picked, and it never happened. It's probably some children's worst nightmare to have to go up on stage.
You either love it or you don't.
This evening was ace. The audience were not quite as good as last night, but they still laughed a lot and clapped in some new places.
That's gorgeous. They clapped in some new places, not even at the best bits.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. When you're like, oh, that was a new laugh, or that was a new, applause. Andy reckons that Sean fancies me now Sam has rejected him. Oh dear, he's a good laugh, but I don't fancy him. Neil, however, is a different matter.
So you weren't drawn to Sean even though he made you laugh?
No, Sean was nice, but...
What did Neil have that Sean didn't have?
He's just better looking, I think. And kind of a bit more mysterious. He played the guitar. He was a little bit older. Yeah. He was less...
When you say older, you were 14.
I was 14. Neil probably would have been 16, 17. Wow.
And was Sean your own age?
Yeah, I think Sean was our year.
I think I've been Sean. I think it's a bit disastrous. You can never compete with someone who's 2 years older than you.
No, and actually now I think about it, I wonder if Sean was actually gay.
I had a really fun relationship with a girl throughout high school who I liked very much. And it wasn't till about 5 years later that she revealed to me that she was gay. I thought she might have told me a little bit earlier.
But maybe she didn't know. It wasn't a thing.
It wasn't a thing.
It really wasn't.
And I'm not saying it was wasted effort on my part, but my goodness, I put some effort in.
Oh, bless you.
Hopeless. Terrible job.
But then you can kind of go, well, that makes you, surely it makes you feel a bit better.
Because...
you could have tried as hard as you liked.
Yeah.
And it
wasn't going to make a difference.
No.
I've never really spun it into that, oh, well, of course, if she did like boys, of course she would have liked me.
Yeah, of course you would.
Yeah, okay. Thanks for that.
You're welcome. Yeah, so I don't know. Look, maybe I'm completely wrong about that.
So
no
Neil,
idea what happened
tell
to
me about Neil. How long did that? Do you know where he is now?
Yeah, he's on my Facebook friends. I'm going to tag him.
I was going to say, because I obviously these days no one is hidden from you.
I tag everyone I mention on Facebook, and then no one ever mentions it again. The girls do, but the boys don't.
So Neil is unlikely to respond to this?
I guess. I don't know.
How's your life been, Neil?
Anyway, Neil, however, is a different matter. He's pretty nice, if you know what I mean. Yeah, we know what you mean. The party should be great, but I'm sad that it's nearly over. Cast party. It's coming up. Friday, September the 6th. 10 out of 10. Fantastic day today. I met Louisa in Oxford and immediately fell in love with a pair of gorgeous trousers, which I then bought. I also bought a shocking pink jumper to go with them. All my clothing allowance gone in one go. Performance was excellent today, and Eric videoed it just for me. Why? Why just for me? That was weird.
Creep.
It was the director.
Oh, okay.
There is a video of it somewhere. Everyone is absolutely gorgeous, even Richard. He can't be all bad, as he bought me a drink afterwards. Tomorrow it will all be over. Don't know where we were having drinks.
There's so much invested in it, though, isn't there?
Oh, amateur theatre is the best.
The best, and tomorrow it finishes.
I'll be devastated.
Yeah.
I predict some less than 10 out of 10 days. That's my prediction.
Has it been the same throughout this professional career of yours?
2 or 3 days I get less sad at the end of things these days than I used to. Still a bit sad, but usually you're just going on to the next thing, and you've got, and I'm usually so behind with everything else. When I'd had nothing else, it was really sad, but now I'm like, I might do a load of washing tomorrow because the show's over. Yeah,
and welfare haven't been calling in to ask about the kids for quite a few years now.
No, because I have a husband
Yeah.
who is also father of the children.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Yeah.
if they're neglected... Actually, I must say, Jack...
It's a shared responsibility.
It is. He doesn't
children.
babysit for them when I'm at work.
Yeah.
It's just their father. Just to be clear. Saturday, September the 7th. Hilary and Joe came over this morning. So Hilary was my best friend from before we moved house. So my best friend when I was 2. And then we moved when I was 7. But we stayed in touch and we went on a lot of holidays with them. Still a very, very good friend. Has not listened to the podcast. She's very busy. She's a sergeant in the police.
Really? Oh, okay. Well,
and she's on the school board, and she's a member of the police in
love
the
to
special
listen to
unit.
your tremendous podcast, Penny, but I'm actually doing something to keep people safe. So don't shame me for not having listened.
She genuinely...
Thank you for your service.
And I don't think she's into nostalgia. She's just like not interested in hearing about it.
I'm not much, but you know what? I would be, because I kept diaries through my high school years, but they ended up going to Mum and Dad's place. They were nowhere near as interesting as yours. They're quite vacuous, actually. But they got thrown out, or they disappeared, and I kind of know the content of something, you know, pursuing that girl. You could see that pattern year after year after year, pursuing that girl, going nowhere.
The lesbian.
Although I was never very honest. I did not see it as a place that I would be my most candid self. You seem quite candid.
Yeah, I am, I think.
Is that a girl thing? Just more likely to say, dear diary, I'm now going to tell you the truth of exactly how I feel?
I don't think I was always honest, no. I don't think I was. I think I put a spin on things. It's like a social media entry.
Yeah, I guess.
You know, and in a way, it feels like it was written to be read out loud. And this is why it's so...
Okay, I think maybe I had a little bit of that too. Yeah.
Oh, you probably would. And
because I had siblings, so I thought if ever my older brother was to get hold of this and he read it out, I would like to not die of embarrassment.
Yeah, well, probably the same.
Yeah.
I think there are things that I wouldn't have written in there.
Did you ever swear?
Yeah, oh God, yeah. I'm surprised I haven't actually. But again, not in the first one so much, but it's just creeping in now.
Yeah.
This afternoon we went to Wallingford.
Everything happens in Wallingford.
Everything happens in Wallingford. Because I had a rehearsal for the party. So we're doing a little number at the party. I really enjoyed it, but Chris, of course, had to make sarcastic comments. I really could have shot him. Had a bit of drama because the Major General nearly fainted on stage. I was really ill. He was really ill, and it was amazing he managed to carry on. The party was quite eventful. For a start, Richard, Sean and Peter all fancied me. I wanted their T-shirts made. Lucy told Richard that I wasn't very keen, but I didn't really register about the other two until... ... see back.
See back?
Yeah, so if there's no room, then I have a little extra bit at the back. Oh. I had drunk several hundred, in brackets, question mark, glasses of punch and beer, etc. So this is the cast party where we would have been supplied with alcohol.
Yeah.
We did twist and shout.
With alcohol.
Plied with alcohol. All free. It went brilliantly. We had to do it 3 times. They had the presentation and Sam and Amy sang a song they'd made up. It was ace. Then I got a bit sloshed and Peter persuaded me to give him a goodbye kiss, which went on for longer than it should have done.
Uh-oh.
But not too drastic, as I pushed him off.
Get off me, Peter.
Then everyone just cuddled each other because it was so sad. I kissed everyone goodnight, in brackets, not French.
Merciful.
Took a taxi to Lucy's.
Do you have parents? Do they play any role in your life?
No, none. But yes. But I had lots
of freedom.
So
Summertime.
it is summertime. And it was light till 10 and I would have taken my bike. So Wallingford was probably, I think Wallingford's about 5 miles, about 8 kilometres away. So it's
very jolly. It's a very jolly story, so far.
It is. It's a jolly story. It's the summer. Everyone's happy.
Yeah.
Sunday, September the 8th. 9 out of 10. I'm writing as a continuation of last night because it went on all night. When we got to Lucy's, her friend came and asked if we wanted to go to a party up the road. It was 2:30 a.m, so we did. We didn't stay long because Amy was pissed. We got ready for bed about 3:30, but we were hungry, so we ate some pizza. Got to sleep around 6 a.m. and woke up at 10:30. Oh, God, those were the days.
I know. Get out and do it again.
Yeah, I know. Went to the Corn Exchange to watch the video. It was X. Don't know what that means.
X-rated video.
EX.
Oh, excellent.
Extra. Said goodbye to everyone. Sniff. Last night I was asked to be in My Fair Lady in Didcot. I hope I can be in it, but I have my doubts.
Why did you have your doubts?
Didcot. Rough.
Really?
Another 5 miles in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Didcot.
No daughter of mine's ever going to act on a stage in Didcot.
Didcot's probably now super posh because you can commute to London in about 40 minutes.
Okay.
And the villages around it, like where Lucy lived, beautiful. Didcot's out, I told you. Monday, September the 9th. I've actually done my divinity. Faint shock horror. Took me all day.
What would have been asked of you? This is returning to a previous question.
Yeah, I don't know. What could possibly
What
have
would
been
you
in my
have been asked
divinity
about?
homework?
Yeah.
I mean, it was called divinity, but really it was just Bible study. So we had to memorise huge tranches of the Gospels.
Yeah.
It was dire.
And then perform them on stage.
Sadly, no. Just write about them.
Yeah.
In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word was with God, and it was in the beginning with a load of old whatever. Tuesday, September the 10th. Met Sam, Amanda, Amy, Karen, and Loz for lunch. Amy's got some great photos of all of us. Caught the bus into Oxford and met Sarah. We went to the fair, but it was a little bit boring, so we ate and went to Cowley to meet Brian at Kung Fu. Brian is Sarah's dad. The Montes, this is our French exchange family, or our frogs, as I like to call them,
Yes.
have invited Chris and me to go skiing with them at Christmas. Ace, ace, ace! I will definitely have to get some trendy ski pants.
It matters.
It does. Number 1, Mick Jagger and David Bowie. That would have been Dancing in the Street.
Dancing in the Street.
Another great song.
Yeah.
Another one for the playlist. Wednesday, September the 11th. Not a 7 out of 10. School started. Not a bad day, really, considering it was the first day of school. My timetable is horrific. I don't have any free time at all. It's horrible, catastrophe, appalling. Which was a line from Pirates of Penzance.
Uh-huh.
But not the junior one. That was the line I'd said before. Saw Mrs. Dunwoody, this is my games teacher, and she said there are under 16 netball trials in the morning and a lacrosse match in the afternoon of the 21st. Yes, that's right, the same night as Andrea's overnight party. That's not good.
Lots of activities.
Yeah, lots. Went babysitting tonight. Daniel woke up and screamed. I'm convinced that it's the name, you know. So I've had 3 boyfriends, inverted commas, all called Dan. So I think that's that reference to Daniel's being difficult. Thursday, September the 12th. Art looks as though it will be great. Today we just talked and looked at slides of paintings. It's amazing how much is in them, really. Oh, a bit of art appreciation.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's amazing what's in them.
Had chemistry in the new lab. It's lovely, but a bit smelly. Miss Joyce is not too bad, but a bit waffly. By the way, I'm games captain. Mrs. Radici, our new English teacher, is okay, but a bit weird. She picked our work apart because, you see, Mrs. Honey had killed our imagination. Dead.
Mrs. Honey.
Did not like Mrs. Honey.
No.
But Mrs. Radici, I do really remember. She actually turned out to be one of those teachers that was quite formative. Did you have any of those?
Yeah, but what did Mrs. Honey do to kill the creative?
I think she was quite critical and didn't like...
That's not very good, you stupid 14-year-old.
Yeah.
What happened to Mrs. Honey? I hope she was drummed out of the business
I don't know.
for a joyless approach to
Mrs.
language.
Honey, that's the name of the nice teacher in Matilda, isn't it?
Is it? I haven't seen Matilda.
Haven't you?
Have you been in Matilda?
No, because it's it's recent, it's Tim Minchin. If Matilda had been on when I was a child, I would...
Yeah.
I wasn't in Annie, though, either, and Annie was around when I was a child.
Never a big fan of Annie, but I don't want to get onto musical theatre. And really, Annie was a red-headed girl, so probably not of great interest to me.
Don't fancy the gingers.
Just wasn't fascinating. I could extend that conversation to ABBA. It's exactly the same thing.
They weren't ginger.
No, see, it wasn't about being ginger.
It was
There's certain kind of things that boys were just not that interested in, broadly.
Oh.
See, every woman of a certain age who I know and love absolutely adores ABBA. So put Dancing Queen on at any point and their lives will be enormously improved, having heard it for the 3 millionth time. And I'll just be there going, here we are again.
Yeah, you see,
there's nothing wrong with it.
I think I'm a little bit young for ABBA. I'm just a couple of years younger than you, aren't I? So gymnastics warm-ups were just Super Trooper. So Friday, September the 13th. Had a really great Friday the 13th. Oh, 10 out of 10. Amazing. Double biology with Mrs. Wassell was fun. Even French was almost bearable. Had a meeting for everyone in the school play. It has most rehearsals at lunchtimes. Yuck. Mr. Higgy. Oh, hello. I'm shortening it. His name is Mr. Higginson.
Hello, Higgy.
Hello, Higgy.
Welcome to the podcast, Higgy.
Mr. Higgy. And Mrs. Andrews are very enthusiastic about it. I hope it's good, for their sake. Oh, rude. So Mr. Higginson has written an opera, which I've auditioned for, and I thought the main role was going to go to Tracy, who always got all the main roles. But just at the end of term, I found out that I had got the role of Polly.
Mm-hmm. He'd written an opera?
Yes.
Wow. You just weren't in the States school system, were you?
No, I know.
Not like going to Kalamunda High School and Mr. Ploddy, the science teacher, and Mr. Can You Count becomes the maths teacher. Miracle.
And nobody put on any operas.
No operas.
God, it's very disappointing.
Certainly none that they'd written themselves.
No, exactly. Went to LAX, that's short for lacrosse.
Yeah.
The new games teacher seems very nice. I got an A minus in English after all that yesterday.
Did those things matter a lot to you? I'm sensing a great level of high achievement.
You haven't done, the ones where I'm at school, it's all about the marks and who got better than what. And
how do you reflect on that today?
I'm still really competitive. I just think I disguise it better. Went ice skating this evening. It was brilliant. Met everyone from Pirates. It was gorgeous. I dragged Neil around a lot. He is lush. New adjective.
Yeah.
Not sure we've had lush before.
No, I didn't think lush was around till much later.
Lush.
Maybe you invented it.
Don't think so. Saturday, September the 14th. Louisa came over this morning and we went for a walk. This evening we all went to see Cats. It was incredible. I've never seen anything like it. The set was amazing. It was set in an alley with lots of rubbish, about 3 times its normal size. The cats came into the audience and did acrobatics, etc. So this would have been in the West End.
Yeah.
I'd have gone. Mr. Mistopheles was the best dancer. McCavity was the best song. And Grisabella was the best part. Altogether, it was fantastic. And positively super.
Positively super. No mention there, I hope one day they make a film about it. Unlikely.
Sunday, September the 15th. Louisa went this morning and I did some homework. I forgot to mention the big event of yesterday, and that was that Jasper rang.
Danish Jasper?
Danish Jasper. He rang up. I talked to him. I was really chuffed. He said that he had robbed a bank to pay for the phone call. Aww.
The Danes, very funny.
Danes. And he speaks good enough English as a 15-year-old boy to be able to phone.
Yeah.
Wow. I felt really manky today. I'm also a bit of a hypochondriac. I've got sinusitis again. Poo. I read millions of pages of Tess of the D'Urbervilles, our school book. It isn't as boring as Chris said it was. Tess. Did you read Tess? Thomas Hardy.
Yeah, no, I didn't read Test. What else? I did read, I think, The Mayor of Casterbridge might have been
a text.
School text.
I didn't read that.
I like Thomas Hardy.
I'm being a real creep this term at school with a little swatty poos. So creep in those days means creeping to the teacher, so kind of sucking up, kissing arse.
Okay.
It doesn't mean being
a creep,
as we would say these days.
Yeah. Okay.
Interesting.
Are you doing it with absolute intent? Or does
Yes,
it just come
sounds like it. Yeah, I'm being... So I haven't... My marks have been okay, I'd say, at high school, but I think I'm pretty beginning my grasp for power at this point. Monday, September the 16th, 7 out of 10. I've got a bloody awful cold, sniff. I can't breathe.
Yeah.
Had a rehearsal at lunchtime. I couldn't sing very well, but it wasn't too bad. The music is better than I expected it to be, and everyone is very enthusiastic. Well, the staff, that is. Louisa is lacrosse captain. That is ace. Had a clarinet lesson. I'm doing grade 7 this term. I think Mr. S was pleased with me. Did my homework again tonight. This is too good to be true.
What's too good to be true?
The fact that I've done my homework, I think.
Amazing. Do you play the clarinet today still?
Funnily enough, I did unearth my clarinet during lockdown and think, I'm just going to play some clarinet pieces. Couldn't remember a thing.
Why the clarinet? Mum and Dad, big Acker-built fan?
Yes, I think my mum was a real fan of jazz generally, and particularly the saxophone. So she was like, start with the clarinet, and you can move on to the saxophone.
Yeah.
I hate the saxophone. It's a confession. So I couldn't remember the fingering for the clarinet.
It's just a great sentence. I've got nothing to say.
Tuesday, September the 17th. Felt a bit better today. This
merciful.
morning was the Eucharist service. My so-called friends left me to sit next to Miss Gulliver with the rotating jaw.
The rotating jaw.
Needless to say, I got the giggles. So that would have been...
And when you say so-called friends, I think you're doing it with warmth.
Had a very sciencey day today. Double chemistry, single biology, physics and double maths.
Oh, God.
Jeez. Practice lacrosse at lunchtime. Rang up Maria tonight, and we've decided that everyone from rehearsal should meet up on Sunday the 6th to do something. I can't wait. Wednesday, September the 18th. Double art was really good. We did figure drawing with chalks. No rubbing out allowed. Allowed, I've spelled A-L-O-U-D.
Girls allowed.
Yeah.
Is your spelling quite good? Can I
Terrible.
I don't want to read what you've... But you've got a lovely... See, that's a lovely hand.
All Australians say that, but I think it's not.
It's round and upright, but I'm not even going to go to... And with very few crossing out or...
Yeah, but some terrible spelling.
But is it because you have a good think before you write?
Oh, no, it's very stream of consciousness.
Wow, it's tremendous. I could never have produced that.
Yeah, but I don't think I'm going back and editing it and thinking that sentence could have been more interesting.
Oh, well, it's not necessarily. It's just how it appears. It looks very composed, very well composed. Whereas mine would have had horrible smudges and crossings out, and I've written something that if my brother says, I better just go.
I got a really creepy report for my singing exam, which doesn't mean Penny looked good in her school uniform at the exam. It means...
Creepy as in they really liked what you did.
Yes, as in I would have got a good report in my lesson, but I couldn't sing. Mrs. Hodges is still nagging me to have my tonsils out, but I won't. Interesting. I did. When I was about 20, I finally did. Gosh, that was like 6 years of nagging. Because I did get sick quite a lot.
Yeah. When I was a kid, you used to just have your tonsils out.
Automatically. Yeah, same.
Let's perform this surgery on this child for no great benefit.
Yeah.
Out they go. Have some flat lemonade and some ice cream.
Netball was great today, but I don't want to go to the trials on Saturday.
Why not?
Because I'm going to Andrew's party, I think.
Okay, yeah.
I hope I don't regret my decision. Rangers is joining with Venture Scouts once a month. So Rangers is like a grown-up Girl Guides. I hope... Oh, I've written, I hope curtain people from Benson don't go, but I think I mean certain. It's like, who are the curtain people? I hope certain people from Benson don't go. Don't know who I'm talking about. I'm being invested next week at the top of a tree in Swincoln Woods.
Okay, could you just tell me what that sentence means to those of us who don't have a religious upbringing?
I think it's a Girl Guide thing when you get invested. I've totally forgotten that.
And
but
something
it just
in
means
a tree.
Why it was going to be done in a tree, I really don't know.
Sounds like something you might do on a hen's night.
I don't know. Something to do with Rangers. Maybe they just thought more interesting than doing it at the hall. And I don't remember it happening. So we'll find out, won't we? Thursday, September the 19th. Had a decision-making day today. I've decided not to do the netball trials and to tell Mr. Tillett about Floral Society.
Were you invited to join the Floral Society?
Floral Society? I don't know if I mean Choral Society. Mr. Tillett was the music teacher. Maybe I'm being funny. I had a rehearsal all to myself. It was okay. My voice is almost back to normal after my cold. I can't wait until Saturday. Lax match and party.
Yeah.
Had hysterics in geography yesterday because me and Lou got told off for talking. Lou only said Jasper and we giggled all lesson. In history, one of the kings was called Jasper and everyone thought that was hysterical, of course, except me. Miss Roker, the history teacher, is really funny. She was very funny.
Well, that's nice.
She was great. She used to just make us laugh.
If someone says Jasper to you out of context now, do you have a response?
I'm giggling now.
Yeah. See, I don't know what happened to Jasper. I don't know how many times he's spoken of him.
Well, only in the last month.
Will he appear in future diary entries?
Very unlikely. I think, he phoned me. I don't remember that, but I think we wrote letters until I met somebody else.
You know where he is today, though, don't you?
Jasper?
Yeah.
Oh, God, no.
No?
No.
It would have been so easy to find out.
Except I don't know his last name. I expect there's a few Danes.
Could be.
Called Jasper.
Popular name.
Popular name.
Could be the Danish foreign minister or something like that.
Now, there's a thought. He was a swimmer. Hot body. Just saying. Today, my glasses are steaming up. Friday, September the 20th. Today was just another big rush. I'd never stopped running from place to place. I managed to break the news to Mr. Tillett today. It wasn't easy, but he took it quite well.
This is you not doing something.
Maybe I've dropped out of Choral Society.
Yeah.
Rang Andy this evening. I'm shitting myself about tomorrow night already. Help, I'm terrified. By the way, I'm not planning on getting off with anyone.
So, a day ago, you've got lacrosse in the party and you're really excited, and now you seem quite anxious about what it represents.
I'm a bit anxious about it.
And why are you writing, I'm not planning to get off with anyone?
By the way,
by
I'm
the
not
way.
planning, but maybe in case I don't. Fear of disappointment, I think.
Okay.
So in case you're
You can look
Geoff
back at it.
now going, wow, Penny,
Yeah.
really expecting you to get off with somebody. I'm just telling you that is not my intention. I've got nothing to... I don't know what that's...
Prove?
What does that say?
Where?
Nothing to drive? Doesn't say where. I think you might say nothing to prove. I think you might be right.
It looks a little bit like that. It's a little bit like you've got nothing
I've
to
got
prove.
nothing to prove.
You've got nothing to prove.
No,
Never
I
had.
have got off with people. Boys, many of them. I've got nothing to prove now.
Yeah.
Saturday, September the 21st, Andrew's party. 9 out of 10. So
So only a good night.
I'm thinking,
You didn't get off with anyone.
well, let's see. No, maybe I didn't.
No.
Don't know. Amber and Ethan were saying that get off, that they are imagining somebody getting off as in getting their rocks off. Whereas
Yeah.
I'm just, it's just a gentle snog
Yeah.
back in the 80s.
Yeah.
Was it here as well? Was that an expression? Or if you said...
Could have meant a little bit more.
Right. Yeah, no, getting off was just any kind of kissing.
Contact. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you lost the lacrosse.
Lost the lacrosse match. Oh dear. Poor Louisa was really upset as she's captain, but it was against Down House after all. Posh school. The party was great. It was really embarrassing until I'd drunk a third of a bottle of homemade wine. And 3 cans of beer.
A third of a bottle of homemade wine. What kind of wine would you have been drinking?
Elderflower, I'm guessing.
Okay.
That was the favourite of the homemade wine.
Yeah. A third of a bottle.
And 3 cans of beer.
That's quite a bit.
I wasn't in the mood for getting off with anyone at all.
No. Keep your lips to yourself.
Pete did his best but failed.
No way, Pete.
I even had an argument with Neil, who was only talking to me.
Why are you in such a mood?
Don't know. Talked to loads of people and giggled all night.
I think it might have been quite hard for Pete and Neil sometimes with you. And Jasper and Sean and...
Oh,
sounds
that's
like
just
there
the
were
tip
loads
of the
them.
iceberg, Geoff.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure there are loads of them.
Loads of them.
Were they always trying to impress you?
I very much doubt it.
Okay.
Have you seen photos of me at that age? I was just not that kind of girl that people... Thank God, because given my hormonal levels, fortunately... I often think about that, actually, those girls that were super glamorous from 12.
Yeah.
Not good.
Yeah,
I think
agree.
they often end up quite scarred in some ways because I think they have a weird view on humanity, especially in the 80s when nobody had any bloody boundaries.
And a certain kind of expectation from other people about who you were because of that.
Well, and girls, as we know...
You're a long time an adult, aren't you?
You are, absolutely. And I think also when you look back at all the Jeffrey Epstein things, or I read Gilly Cooper novels, there was an expectation that schoolgirls were just up for it.
Yes.
Because if you looked old enough and you were flirtatious, nobody stopped to think. I mean, look at Prince Andrew.
Yeah.
He's in a lot of trouble.
He's quite a lot of trouble for a man who doesn't perspire. Wonder if he can ever prove that.
I wonder if he's perspiring now.
I think he's perspiring quite heavily on the inside at the moment.
Sunday, September the 22nd. Woke up at 7 this morning. Yawn. Do you know, I even talked to Andy Wintle last night. Very brave of me, eh? So Andy Wintle I snogged in July, and there was a long section about details when I was at Granny's and had nothing else to think about. Went at about 10:30. Before then, everyone just sat about and nattered to each other. Sean breathed on my elbow all night. It's very annoying. I wish I'd got off with someone now. Sniff. Can't wait to go to another party. Oh, so it was a sleepover party. We all slept in a big tent. Again, just as well I didn't get off with somebody. A sleepover party, it's not a good idea, Penny, after when you're drunk. I can't wait to go to another party. I want one here, but I don't know if I dare to. Aim for the future, Penny. Get off with anyone as soon as possible, except for Pete.
I'm really glad you've described the British interpretation of getting off.
We're just talking about a French kiss.
Yeah.
Yeah. Monday, September the 23rd. A revolutionary new colour pen here. What a rebel. It's black.
Yeah.
Had a very rushed day as usual. Miss Gain, the new games teacher, is going to put me as centre in the lacrosse team. I'm really pleased, but I'll have to get very fit. Sally has got glandular fever. Yuck. Had an ace evening. Spent all night on the phone. I rang Neil and nattered to him for about 50 minutes. Then Ruth rang and I nattered to her. And then the same with Hilary. I arranged hundreds of activities with everyone. I expect they'll all overlap. I guess that's the equivalent. Barney spends all evening playing games with his friends on the computer, shouting at them.
Your parents are just not here, are they?
They have not been mentioned once.
In the whole month of September?
The whole month of September they have not had a mention. So I think it's a sign of good parenting. Tuesday, September the 24th, had an awful headache all day. I had a really academic day, which didn't help. I was a SWAT this evening and I did all my prep, some of which I don't have to do for days. That's a good one.
Very diligent.
The arrangements I made yesterday are going to the fair on Friday night with everyone I can possibly think of. It should be great. Neil is going to ring me up sometime to finalise arrangements. I attempted to do some singing tonight against my better judgment. Number 1, still Mick and David.
Wow.
Wednesday, September the 25th. I didn't have a singing lesson today. Mrs. Hodges wasn't in. What a shame. Neil rang nearly. What? Neil rang nearly.
You were really hanging out for Neil to call at this stage, I think.
There's some flirting. And I nattered for 40 minutes. Oh dear, phone bill.
Where was the phone? Did you have phones?
The phone was in the hall. So as you came in the front door, the stairs went up to the right and the phone was on the left. And it had a little seat by it. So
but it's very public, isn't it?
Very public.
I kind of like that in a way. You know, you couldn't disappear with the cable into a bedroom or anything like that.
Yeah, nothing like that. There was also a phone in my parents' room, so you could pick up the upstairs extension and eavesdrop. He's ringing me on Friday. He's just a friend. Really, he is. Why won't you believe me?
Oh. This is good. And I'm not going to find out how it... Unless something happens in the next 4 or 5 days that you get off with Neil.
You're going to have to listen to October.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness. Thursday, September the 26th. Had a really pukey day today. Everything went wrong. 4 out of 10.
Wow,
See?
That's rare.
Yeah. I can't decide whether to bore you with my miseries or not. Yes, I think I will. Number 1, Mr. Stupid Sadler didn't enter me for my grade 7, so I'll have to do it next term. Clarinet teacher.
Bloody Mr. Sadler.
2, got photos of holiday back, and Olivia didn't come out right. He was triple exposed.
Wonderful memories of going and putting the negatives in and then coming back, having spent several pounds going through. That's great. Oh, that didn't come out at all.
Beautiful Olivia with the eyes, the blue eyes, has been triple exposed. That is devastating. And so, it's the end of September, and that holiday was July, August. I know. 3, I left my div books at school. 4, I had a rehearsal and missed a netball match. Friday, September the 27th, 5 out of 10, another jinxed day.
Things are looking a bit glum, aren't they?
Neil didn't ring up like he said he would. Sniff. I wonder why.
This is like the girl I went to school with. Think things are going really well with, and then you just keep looking at it going, oh, for goodness sake, can you not see? But you can't see.
You can't see, and also that
Why
feeling
Neil
of staying in for somebody to call. I've arranged he's going to call me on Friday night, and then he didn't, and I have no recourse.
I begin to think he's not someone you want to spend a lot of time with.
Maybe he's not that into me.
Maybe he has another girlfriend.
Don't say that, Geoff.
Where's Neil now? Neil,
why didn't you phone me?
it's a terrible thing to do to a young girl's heart.
I know. The fair was tonight. I saw lots of people from Wallingford. I went with Ruth, Sarah, Joe and Joe Baskerville. I forgot my clarinet. Oops. Did my divinity in break. Got a C/D for my essay. That's not good. Played centre in lax. It was really good but sweltering. Yeah, right. I can't think of anything else today except that I wish that Neil had rung.
You've got so much going on in every day, though.
Because I guess you couldn't stay home and look at your phone. Saturday, September the 28th, 6 out of 10. I can't remember what I did. Oh yes, went to Ruth's this morning, but she was just going for a ride. She had the ponies. So I went for a cycle ride and picked some blackberries. It was pretty weird, because I don't normally go anywhere on my own, let alone cycling. Interesting observation.
Yes. Did you like being... Well, obviously you like being with other people. Did you go okay by yourself or not?
Well, I've commented that it was weird.
Yeah.
I felt bloody awful when I got back, so I lay down. Sunday, September the 29th, 9 out of 10. Went down to the village hall to work. It was some kiddie's christening. They were 5 and 8. That's weird. Chris and I had to serve drinks, cut the cakes, etc. I really enjoyed it. I was quite surprised. The cakes were murder to cut though. I got £10, so it can't be bad. Joe, Joan and Brenda are running a catering service in the village, so we could work there more often. Neil rang up tonight. Sigh. And he's going to come over tomorrow evening. Ah! Geoff, last day.
Last day. Please, this is where I find out if it really was as wonderful as we'd hoped it would be. We've waited all month.
Monday, September the 30th. Not a bad day today. 9 out of 10. Neil came over this evening. He got lost on the way. He's so nice. We just nattered all evening and he played the piano. He is amazing. He can just make up tunes and chords. The power of the musician. Oh. I'm going skating on Friday. I think Chris and Matt even approved of Neil. Well, his clothes anyway. Chris and Matt. Chris, my brother, and his friend Matt. Played lacrosse at lunchtime. It was boiling hot. Seems so unlikely given it's September the 30th. Indian summer. 11 days till my birthday. Wah, wah, wah. The end of September.
The month has finished well, hasn't it? And yet I'll never know. Well, I will
you
know
will.
when I listen.
You will. You'll have to listen to October when
What
it comes
happened
out.
with you and Neil? I'm sensing that you have fond memories.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I think I spent my birthday with Neil.
Penny, thank you very much.
15th birthday.
Thank you for letting me.
you.
Thank you for letting me share this moment of your 14-year-old life. You're about to turn 15. There are a couple of things I want you to think about.
Thanks, Geoff. Yeah,
You've done a lot as a 14-year-old.
I have.
I sense everything's going to be a bit more incremental because it seems to have been an exploding year of things.
Things went downhill, I think.
Did they?
Yeah, 15 I remember was not really great. Yeah, I think 14 was better than 15 for me.
A little of your fantastic confidence gets
I think some of my
whacked
enthusiasm.
around a bit.
Yeah, but I don't have that diary, so we'll never know. Well, I do, but it's in France, which is a long way away at the moment.
Thank you for letting me hear the story of 14-year-old you.
Thank you for being my guest, and yeah, we'll see how it comes out in the edit. But there was quite a lot. I think it's going to be a bit of a bumper episode there. Geoff Hutchinson, my guest, famous person. End of story. Thank you for listening to Diary of a Teenage Diva, written and produced by me, Penny Shaw, music by Finn Pearson. If you've enjoyed it, you can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Diary of a Diva Podcast. And of course, you can rate, review, share and subscribe. Thanks very much.